One of the number one complaints that I get from people about cooking is that it's expensive and they can't afford good ingredients. So I'm going to show you guys today how I got all this food plus more for free. So recently I met this woman named Kathy, and she works for this organization called Joy's Kitchen. Now they are a food rescue, and what that means is they go to local markets, big popular markets, chain markets, and they actually rescue all the food that would otherwise be thrown out. And we're not talking food that's like rotten, going bad. We're talking food that's they just have too much food and they have to get new shipments in, so they throw all the old food out. So Kathy and her organization, Joy's Kitchen, they come in, they take all these boxes of food, and then they distribute it out for free to the community. And this isn't local to Denver. This is all around the country. You can find food rescue centers. So if you look in your local area, you'd be amazed that you can get all this free food. That's really delicious. Like I got this Fontana cheese. I mean, this is perfectly good. Like the expiration date hasn't even hit yet. $5 cheese right there for free. I mean, I probably got $75 worth of food today for nada, for zilch. So if you're someone who struggles with how to, fund you're cooking for a family and groceries are expensive, you can go sign up for a food bank, you show up, and it's like having your own little market, but take whatever you want. Now, of course, you can make a donation, which is something I suggest. It's a link below, joyskitchen.org, and you can donate money, and even a very small amount of money helps them feed so many families in need for a long time, so I suggest doing that. But this is just one of the rescues from one spot today. Yeah, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
How are you doing? So thank you for having us out here.
You're welcome.
And this is, you just picked this up, you just pulled up and...
Yeah, so this is one of the 7 stores that we rescued today, and it's a larger retail store, and it's about 3,000 pounds total of
just
food.
in one day?
Just in one day. We, my son Aiden and I loaded that all into the trailer from hand carts just a few minutes ago. We've had about 4,000 pounds come in before 10 a.m. this morning that we'll sort and prepare and get ready for the families to take.
Well, so how do they decide like what food to give you? What's kind of the process?
So the misconception with rescued food and food waste in America is that that it's food that's going bad or that's compromised or out of date. That's in reality only about 4% of what we're getting. The main surplus of food is coming out because of over-marketing and over-consumerism. Grocery stores only have a certain amount of shelf space.
How much food is getting thrown away usually?
It's about 42%. The national statistic is about 42%. That's not just food, that's all goods that come into a retail establishment. Yeah. Right now, 1 in every 6 Coloradans go to bed not knowing where their next meal is from. With this kind of thing happening, it's a ridiculous...
Well, how many people are you feeding like a week, would you say?
So here's the deal. We feed about 950 families a month right now. Wow. That was last month. There was about 6,000 people in those family units that got food for a week or more. We don't have restrictions on how often people can come. We don't have any kind of requirements to use our food bank.
So anyone can come?
Anybody can come. Yeah. Anybody who needs food, anybody who is making decisions about paying their bills, paying for shelter, over food. The food system is definitely going to suffer greatly in the next 10 years because of what we're wasting
unless we do something about it.
And we're doing something about it. We are definitely doing something about this.
Yeah, so, you guys are doing good stuff. And you can, I'll put a link below if you guys want to donate. I would love for you to show me around and we can keep chatting in a little bit.
This is a very good example. So this box has something sticky on it. It takes the store more energy and more resources to wipe off this box and put it back into the right aisle than it does for them to wrap it in a plastic bag with a zip tie, call it a chemical, and put it in the dump.
Like pizza dough, fresh pizza dough? Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll use that for the video and make a little something.
Nice. Yeah. I'm a cheese freak, and we get lots of beautiful cheese.
That's exciting for some people.
Right. It's incredible.
And also, if you're home, you don't live in Colorado, like look up, see if you have a local food rescue.
Food rescue. Yeah. Help them. Go and volunteer for them. We all need help. There's only a few people doing this. And we're majorly underfunded for this kind of work. So there is really every kind of item that you would need to create.
This is my dream. If I just every morning I wake up and just like walk in here and be like,
hey, you totally can.
Wow.
I will let you. You can come volunteer with us anytime.
Heck yeah. It's great. Thank you so much for kind of giving us a little tour and
Thank
chatting.
you for being interested.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Please click the link below to donate, and also July 25th we're going to have a big fundraiser if you live in Colorado.
Come see us.
Fun, food, magic.
Lots of food.
Yes. So I'm throwing this big event July 25th in Denver. If you're interested, there's a link below to grab some tickets. All the proceeds are going to Joy's Kitchen to help them raise more money so they can feed more families. We're going to have chefs there. There's going to be cooking demos, a cooking competition. People are going to be handing out free samples. There's going to be music, drinks. It's going to be a really fun time. I hope you come, meet me. We can hang out and just help raise awareness, because so much food in America, like 42% of food gets thrown out, and there's people all over the world that are struggling, they can't afford to eat. So like, let's make a difference. Let's do something amazing, help support people, and we can get free food too if we're in need. So I ended up getting a ton of food at the food bank, and like I said, if you see things in general with food, this isn't specific to the food bank, but if you go to the market and you get some food and it sits in the fridge for a few days and starts to get blemishes, this is perfectly fine to eat. But if you need to, you can cut it off. So many people just throw out food. They're like, it's gone, too bad. They just throw stuff like that out, or like these Brussels sprouts. They had like little pieces of, things going bad. Just peel that layer off, and below, look at that. Oh, it's magic. There's a beautiful Brussels sprout. You would never know, right? So just go like that. And honestly, most markets do that anyway to their produce. And then things like mushrooms, if they're starting to wilt a little bit, you can saute them up. You could dehydrate these. I actually had some more earlier. I dehydrated them. I blended them up, and I made this really potent mushroom powder. It's like umami powder. So if you want like a little whoosh. So there's so many cool ways to use food without wasting it. I see this a lot on cauliflower, and people tend to not buy it because they're like, oh, it's bad. I'd rather get the good one. But literally, it's the 1% of this whole cauliflower needs to be kind of trimmed down a little bit, and then you got a beautiful head of cauliflower. Just kind of break them down and then just roast them in a bunch of oil. And cauliflower roasted is one of the most delicious things. This broccoli is perfect and beautiful, so nothing to do there. Pizza, broccoli, so good. Just get some oil on there. Passin'. That's how you make food fast for lots of people. You get your oven. My oven's on 420, perfect temperature for getting stuff baked, and throw this in there. Bottom rack if you want it to be a little hotter, crispier, depending on where your heating element is in your oven. So you should know your oven, because every oven's different. So when you just follow recipes and it says oven 350, you throw it in, big mistake. When it comes to saving money and just saving stuff for food, compost. If you compost your food, you can get soil for that year and grow your own food. I got a ton of free seeds, so I have a big garden next year. I got a big garden this year. Actually, these just came out of the garden. These are some early tomatoes, sun gold. Look at this beautiful one. So if you get a thing of salad like this, for example, this is amazing salad, all for free. But if you're, unsure, dump it out, look through it. You might find some pieces that are a little yellowed or brown. This one's actually, this is some really good lettuce, but don't just throw it away because a couple pieces have started to wilt. How often are we so lazy? We're just like, I could look through here. I'm just gonna throw it out. It's like, no, you have access to great food. You should use it. And it doesn't take more than a couple seconds to look through and make sure it's good. So I'm gonna make a salad. I actually had some tomatoes and garlic and onion from Joy's Kitchen. So I roasted them, and then the garlic can kind of just like pop out like beautiful garlic like that. This is roasted garlic. You just roast it right up whole. I'm just gonna use like 2 or 3 of these. And I'm gonna blend this up and just make a really fresh tomato sauce. Usually, you use basil tomato sauce, but I'm gonna use a little bit of fresh parsley. I think it'd be really nice. You can add other things, like you could roast some peppers if you want. Make it a little spicy if you want. There, a little bit of that. Salt and pizzle. Done, that's all you need. I think there's a misconception with food rescues. People tend to think that they're all canned goods and things like that, but I was blown away by how much fresh stuff they had. Honestly, to me it was more exciting than going to a market. Because markets can be a little overwhelming. But that's the truth right there. Just keep it simple. I'm gonna fry up some peppers. They gave me this little like snackable, whatever, cheese, cracker plate. So I can use turkey as my meat in my calzone. gonna let those cook down. I'm gonna have some different veggies in there. Maybe I'll throw in a little zucchini, be nice. But one thing I will say to you, don't get intimidated by what you do and don't have. It's very easy to think like, well, I don't have the time for this, but I feel bad. You don't need to make yourself guilty for not being able to cook, but sometimes just having a little bit more awareness, like being aware that there might be a food rescue in your town, and if you're struggling to pay your bills and you need food and stuff, go check out the food bank. What I would say is like, donate, you know, 20 bucks, 30 bucks, 50 bucks to a local organization like Joy's Kitchen, and you can actually go and get hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of food a month. And they're not even asking for donations from anyone that's there, but it's like, if you're feeling like, well, if you're someone who's like, well, I feel like there are other people that need this food more than I do, well then cool, make a donation. That still gives them so much more ability to get food to people, so make a little donation and then go get some food for yourself. You'll save money, you'll be helping them out. It's a win, win, win. Okay, I'll go in my stuff. Maybe I'll use, I got a 3-cheese blend here, it's pretty good. I also don't really have a plan. It's like, what I really like about the pantry is that it's kind of like how I cook. Just open the pantry up, see what you got, make something delicious, don't overthink it, have fun. Have fun in your life while you're cutting. Don't overwhelm yourself, do one thing at a time. You know, it's like, get something in the oven, and once it's in the oven, get something else in the pan, you know, and then once it's in the pan chilling, then you can do something else. Italian style fontina. So I actually never really bought this before. Oh dang. I like fontina. If you're having issues, one trick I learned with like mozzarella or softer cheeses, put it in the freezer for just a little bit, get it firm. It'll shred so much easier. Parmigiano. Pecorino Romano. Yeah, good and salty. Little cheese blend. Homemade cheese blend right here. Okay, that's almost done. I'm gonna add in a little of that turkey. A little filling. Smells frickin' glorious. Oh man. It's like a whole wheat pizza dough. Instead of using flour, just put a little oil in your hands. And we make a lot of pizzas on Brothers Green, there's no doubt, but the calzone I have not done in a long time. That was like 40 different accents in one. I don't even know what. I don't know what. The whole thing about a calzone is it's like a pizza that wants to hide itself, you know, until you open it. So you're basically rolling out, kind of like you would a pizza, putting in fillings on one side and then folding it over. So I still want to make it fairly thin. It's always good to transfer things before they get too thin to parchment because it just gives you a little more flexibility. And look, notice, this doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not in the business of perfect. Okay, that's looking pretty fantastic. Let's see, because it's still gonna bake a little bit, so I'm not concerned about everything being like even fully cooked through. But what I believe I will do now, start to build this thing over here. So pour some tomato sauce down. Don't go too crazy. It's easy to think that you want to go crazy when it comes to things like sauce, but you don't want that squirting out everywhere. Make sure you save a little room on the edges. I'm gonna add a little cheese down. Take a little premature cheese collation. Loaded zone, yes. The loaded zone. More cheese. How much I got? And maybe a couple of slices, a couple mystery slices of cheddar. People won't even know what hit them. Very confused. And then we just kind of fold over. Pizza dough is stretchy, you know, you gotta give it some credit. Don't be too, be careful, but don't be too shy, you know? There's lots of different ways that you'll see calzone places crimp it. Yeah, just wanna make sure it's gonna pretty much stay in. If it explodes a little bit, like, I won't tell anybody, don't worry. Brush a little oil on top. If you want, one thing that's fun is you could add some cheese on top too, to add extra layers of cheese, but I might do that later if I'm gonna do that. Oh yeah. Okay, then we'll just put that in the oven, I don't know, 30 or so minutes. Anything like in the pizza dough realm, it could be 10 minutes, 15, 30, 45, but we'll find out. I got these little artichokes here, and there's some water, so I can kind of wash them out. Like, I like having a salad with pizza because I like having that fresh element that I'm eating something with, so I know that I'm getting in all the glorious layers of deliciousness that I need. I did not get these at the food rescue, but might as well have. Olive oil, balsamico, really simple dressing. Roasted garlic, oh look, it just flies out. This is great just to like, especially if you roast it even more, just put it right on some like toast or something. Like a little garlic bread like that. Okay. If you got a big family to feed, you don't want to be cooking all day. You want to grab stuff, throw stuff in, make it look delicious. And if you really want to have fun, you can add a little honey, a little Dijon mustard, but yeah, nice and simple. Take these artichokes, add them in, boom, ba-doom, ba-doom. Maybe a little more grated cheese. I do have some of these fresh tomatoes from my garden, so that's something I cannot pass up. I love that she gave us a ton of seeds. She's like, just plant these seeds, so next year you'll have more food. Let's take one of these peppers. I'm actually kind of sure, I don't think they're spicy. The tiniest bit of spice. Toss that together. You know how to toss salads. Well, we all know how to toss salads. Okay. When the piece is ready, we'll have a little salad to go with it. I kind of go off the bread. How good does the bread look? If it starts to get a little too dark, I can turn it down, bake it in there. Something about calzones, I feel like you just trust and they always work out. Speaking of trust, I hope you trust me on this one because I have no idea what's gonna happen. So I grabbed some really random stuff for dessert from the food bank. And to be totally honest, I felt a little stumped at first because they have already these pre-delicious desserts. I got this soda bread for free, like a big loaf of soda bread, Irish soda bread. Got some pudding, chocolate pudding, blueberry pie filling, these trail mix cookies, and some strawberries. And this is gonna be a little more of an experimentation, so bear with me, we'll see. I was curious, I was like, what would happen if I made some kind of egg, chocolate pudding, something. So we're gonna find out. Stick around, kids, to find out. I'm also gonna add some of this blueberry pie filling in there. This is, I don't know, I feel like it's gonna kind of make this sort of custardy potential thing. Let's give it a taste. Tastes amazing. This was just a thought, but I'm like, what if I just sort of shove these cookies in here, right? I don't know. Sounds like it'll work to me, right? A little cookie cup. It's funny when you start doing something, like you have an idea in your head, then you start with something like this, and at first you're like kind of nervous, especially on camera with no testing. That's how we roll in Brothers Green. And then you start to do little things like this, and you're like, oh my God, it's working. It's happening. Ladies and gentlemen, it's happening. Just gonna fill these up. We can try different ratios. But I think with the egg, they'll kind of hold together nicely. Just to make them gourmet, slip on a little strawberry. This is, I can guarantee no one has ever made this in the history of ever. So let's get that in the oven. It cooked at like 520 for quite a while, got beautiful, and then I just kind of let it chill a little bit lower for a while, but that looks amazing. Woo. Normally I would let this cool, you know, but screw it. Just want to get into that good. Oh yeah, look at see, perfect. Wow. And no cheese pull, which is even better, because screw the cheese pull. Saying it, folks. Salad toss experience. I mean, if you made a meal like this for someone and told them it was free, mind blown. Take a little slice for myself. Wow, look at this thing. Oh my God. Wait. The blend of the cheeses, the dipper. This is something that you can whip up super fast. Feed a family with this. You got more people in your family? Got a couple more extra pizza doughs. A little fresh salad in there. It's nice. Paint the top with garlic if you want. Cheese cover the top. So I hope if you live in Colorado, if you're gonna fly in, you'll join us on July 25th for the fundraiser for Joy's Kitchen. I'm gonna be there cooking. You're gonna get to try sampling of different chefs from around the city. And a lot of cool people, music, dancing, fun, education, life, help people. If you really wanna help yourself and help someone else, donate to joyskitchen.org, go below. It's a way to get free food for yourself and to help someone in need. I'm all about helping people, getting good food, delicious food, feeling good, being inspired to get in the kitchen. If you are too, do the same. See you guys around. Peace out. Oh wait, I didn't finish the dessert. Don't think I was gonna get away with the dessert. So these came out. I'll let you guys label them in the comments, whatever you think they should be called. I'm just as curious as you are if they're good. So they probably, if I baked them a little bit longer, they would probably set a bit more, but they still look really good. Let's see. And also you could let them cool longer too, but yeah, it's like a little cookie cup custard thing. This dessert is one of the best things I've ever made. I just ate 3, so addicting. I baked them a little bit longer, let them cool. Imagine a mix between a cookie, oatmeal raisin cookie, bread pudding, fudge, strawberry shortcake. It's that good.